Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts New Generation episode number 7. Yeah, episode number 7. I got 2 more combatants here and I'm actually really happy with one of them because throughout this series so far we've had 3 of the 4 beasts of Series 17 already battle, and in this matchup we're watching the last beast battle of last beast Series 17 battle. So with that, Styro the Snapping Brute versus Saurex the Silent Creeper. Now both of these beasts are rather interesting in their own way. There is one of them more than the other, but I'm not going to get into that. Not right now anyway. But it is kind of nice to see that Series 17's beasts are about to be completely done with round 1 already. And we'll find out how many of them are actually going to make it through to round 2. Well, I already know how many's already made it through at the moment. And by the time this is uploaded, obviously I'll know how many of the Series 17 beasts already made it through. But anyway, enough of that side tangent. Let's get to the stats.
Styro the Snapping Brute. This lobster is bewitched to become the size of a whale and far more formidable, filled with such rage that Tom can barely handle the sound of the beast's voice. Better back up, guys. Don't underestimate your crustaceans, because this lobster is not one to mess with his sharp pincers, strong shell armor, head-ramming attack, and a pretty good swimmer. Slow, of course, but still good swimmer nonetheless. He may prove to be a force to be reckoned with.
Saurex, the Silent Creeper, the final guardian of the broken star. This giant lizard chameleon is made more deadly by his ability to camouflage himself, so that a quester won't see him until it's very nearly too late. Not to mention his awesome sick abilities. Let's take a look. Oh, you are so in for deep trouble now, as you can clearly see by these stats. Oh yes, the tail whip, the tongue whip, camouflage, agility and sharp claws. A good roundup of moves that could prove quite a challenge. And the stats are pretty good as well. So, let's see how the chameleon beast does in battle.
3, 2, 1!
Styro versus Saurex. Let's get into this. So with this fight, I'm gonna have shallow water because lobsters are fine above water, and also a bit of greenery as well for Saurex because chameleon and in the jungle. So I'm gonna have a mixture of both their battle environments. So as the chamber doors open, Saurex silently creeps out, avoiding the water so then he doesn't get noticed. Obviously, as a chameleon, he's already invisible to the naked eye. And he looks up to the other chamber, obviously upside down. Well, not obviously, but he is upside down. And hears nothing but a low growl and 2 yellow eyes just protruding from the other side. He gets a bit curious, makes his way over to the center of the arena to get a better look, and then suddenly lots of thumping comes out, and then he sees Styro just charging his way out, pushing past any trees or branches in the way. Saurex quickly jumps out of the way onto another branch out of the way, and Styro goes right into the chamber wall, causing a bunch of cracks to appear there. Styro turns round, not 180 degrees, just partially to where he's not facing the wall, but not directly in 180 degrees though, and charges his way, making his way towards Saurex again. Saurex decides to have a bit of fun with this, and he jumps out of the way away from Styro, and using his tongue and his tail, he wraps those appendages around 2 of Styro's legs and pulls it from under him, causing Styro to fall down to the side, hitting the wall causing a few cracks to happen, not as major as it just was. Styro gets angry, just growls in fury, and when he gets back up, he turns around rather fast and just snaps both his claws towards where he got tripped. However, Saurex is long gone from there. Saurex is just making his way along the wall, blending in with the environment, blending in with the wall colour, so kind of hard to see. However, Styro is sensing that he is very close. What Styro does is that he makes a full turnaround, hitting his tail against the wall, causing it to shake. Saurex nearly loses balance, was able to keep hold, but accidentally scratches the wall in the process. Styro turns around and sees that scratch and smashes his claw against that wall, against where that wall was, causing more cracks to appear. But Saurex was able to just jump out of the way on that, and he lands directly on Styro, causing him to just go down into the ground. What Saurex does is that he goes to scratch Styro on the back, but realizes he can't scratch through the shell. So what he does is he uses his teeth and plies his teeth underneath the scales and starts pulling at it, and then starts scratching at it there. Styro lets out a loud screech and bangs herself into the wall, causing more cracks to appear, and into any tree branches as well to get Saurex off. And eventually Saurex does come off from Styro just going to charge towards another wall, but purposely falling over to where she crushes her leg, but is alright, and just smashes Saurex into the wall. Saurex feels the pain and gets away to reel from that pain, revealing himself for the first time. Styro turns around, sees Saurex, and charges up to him. Saurex is still reeling from the pain, but knows if he doesn't move, he's going to die. So he whips his tail out and wraps it around one of Styro's claws and just pulls it to the side, causing Saurex to just fall down to the side entirely, just missing Saurex completely. Saurex realises that he can't beat Styro the way he is now, and he needs to beat him the way in which he's using his power against him. So what Saurex does is that whilst he's still being seen, he makes his way towards a clear, completely clean wall of the arena, and makes a loud enough noise for Styro to hear him. Styro does, and starts charging his way at full speed from one side of the arena to the other, at full speed, making his way towards Saurex, snapping his claws and everything. And when he sees that, Saurex is just waiting, just sat there patiently. Styro, not realising that he could be making a big mistake at the moment, just keeps charging onwards, snapping at towards Saurex. Saurex wraps his tongue and tail around Styro's claws, and Styro's still charging forward, and Saurex jumps over, pulling Styro's claws back, and Styro's head smashes into the arena wall. He releases his grip on the claws, and they smash into the wall as well, causing a bunch of cracks to protrude and a hole to appear where Styro's head was. The wall starts crumbling down on top of Styro, and Saurex quickly jumps out of the way in the process, just to not get crushed by a bunch of rubble. The rubble completely covers Styro, and Styro's just making weak growls, just trying to get out of all this might. Saurex, feeling a bit of sympathy, goes up towards Styro, the rubble of Styro, and starts pulling away some of the rubble to help Styro get out, but not hesitating to give a few scratches in the process, just to help him out a bit there. Also pulling away a bit of Styro's shell as well, to just make it a bit easier for him to kill if Styro decides to attack Saurex again. So at the point where Saurex finally gets Styro completely out, Saurex gets back up, And when it looks like everything seems to be fine and dandy, Styro reaches out a claw to snap at Saurex. However, Saurex saw that coming and at last possible second jumped out of the way, wraps his tail around one of Styro's legs, pulls it out from underneath him, causing Saurex to fall down. And Saurex then jumps onto Styro's back and, wrapping his tongue and tail around the claws, pulls them upwards, and Saurex then scratches at the joints connecting the claws, and just to the point where he gets to the bone and he breaks the bone, snapping the claws clean off. Saurex lets out a bellow of rage, and Saurex wheels back his tongue and tail, and realising that Styro can't really do much at the moment now, he decides that he might as well just finish the job. So what he does is, using his sharp claws to dig into underneath the remaining shell, pull it off, and then stick his claws into the into Styro's back, just clawing at it, getting past all the flesh to the point where you can start seeing bone. He then bites down onto the bone, which is his spine, I would assume, if lobsters have spines, and breaks it. Using one of Saurex's claws, he smashes his arm right through the bone as well, and digs his claws into something soft and squishy. He pulls it back out to see Styro's heart. Styro then stops growling, and the light you can see just fades to a very light yellow. Saurex realizes he killed Styro, and even though Styro attacked him after Saurex helped him, Saurex still felt a bit bad. So Saurex, realizing he has made it through to the next round, doesn't feel very good with the colour on his with the blood on his hands. So with that being said, Saurex makes his way back to his chamber, thinking about if he should have saved Styro from the rubble, or if he should have just made Styro concede defeat. But with that being said, Saurex has won, Styro has lost. If you think Styro should have won, please in the comments below why you think that. But with this, unfortunately my word is final and Saurex is through to round 2. So with this, we've got all of Series 17 done with round 1. And with that being said, that's all for this time. Join me for battle number 8, where this will be the last battle I'll be recording today. Where we'll have 2 more beasts fighting against each other to have a spot at round 2. And with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.